Hello, good morning, friends. How are you all? Hope you are all busy listening to the explanations of the different subjects and writing down the notes and making yourself busy. That is good. It will keep yourself active. Otherwise, too long lockdown and you will be completely out of touch with your textbooks. So it is good that we at least start by now, and so that you will be in touch with the text. I hope you remember what you learned in the last class. We are studying about the Himalayan rivers, and we studied two important Himalayan rivers, that is Indus and Ganga. Now we have the third Himalayan river, that is the Brahmaputra, which you are all very familiar with. It is passing through Arunachal and entering into Assam. Very often during the rainy season we can hear the Brahmaputra river is flooded, the life of the people are in danger, and so on. So let us come to know about this river a little more personally, about the different details, the names, how it originates and how it is flowing through, and so on. You can take your textbook, page number 21 or 20. The Brahmaputra river system. The Brahmaputra rises in Tibet east of Mansarovar lake, very close to the sources of Indus and Satluj. So these three rivers, Indus, Satluj and Brahmaputra, they are the starting point is very close to each other. But why they are flowing in different direction? Because of river divide. We learned that in the top of the mountain, it is the water flowing this side will flow this side, and here it will be flowing this side. So here that is a water divide. It is because of the water divide, though the starting point is very near, but it is flowing in different direction because of water divide. So it is slightly longer than the Indus, and most of its course lies outside India. So this Brahmaputra river is little longer than the Indus, but what is happening, like Indus, this also is most of the time flowing outside India. It is starting from the Himalaya, but it is flowing through different directions in Tibet, in Pakistan, so many places it is going through. It flows eastwards parallel to the Himalayas. So in the way, the beginning it is going towards east, flowing towards east, and that is parallel to the Himalaya. In same line with Himalaya it is flowing. Then on reaching the Namcha Barwa, that is the mountain, 7,757 meters high. So when it is reaching that Barwa mountain, it takes a U-turn and enters India in Arunachal Pradesh. So long it was going along the mountain, then when it is reaching this Barwa mountain, it takes a U-turn. Then it is flowing reverse. It is taking a U-turn and then it is entering into Arunachal Pradesh. So that is the entry point of this Brahmaputra river into India. And how it is entering into Arunachal Pradesh? It is entering through a gorge. There is a small opening, very narrow opening, a gorge, deep and narrow opening. So through that it will enter into India. And it is called Dihang, and it is joined by Dibang, the Lohit, the Kenula, and many other tributaries to form the Brahmaputra in Assam. So as it is entering into Arunachal Pradesh through that gorge, it is called the Dihang. So there, as it is entering into Arunachal Pradesh, what is the name of Brahmaputra? Dihang. It is known as Dihang. Then it is joined by other small rivers like Dibang, the Lohit, the Kenula, and many other tributaries to form Brahmaputra in Assam. So as it is entering into Assam, many other rivers will come and join, and when it is reaching Assam, it is known as Brahmaputra. Do you know, Brahmaputra is known as Tasang Tho in Tibet, and Jamuna in Bangladesh. So when Brahmaputra is starting in Tibet, we already said it is starting in Tibet. So the Tibetan people are calling it Sasangpo, Dasangpo. That is the name of Brahmaputra in Tibet, where it is originally starting. And when it is entering into Bangladesh, so it is not going to Pakistan, it is entering into Bangladesh. When it is entering into Bangladesh, it is known as Jamuna. So that is just for general knowledge. So in Tibet, the river carries a smaller volume of water and less silt as it is a cold and dry area. So the Tibetan area is very dry and it is a very cold region. Therefore, as the Brahmaputra or the Sangpo is flowing through Tibetan valley, it is not carrying much water because it is a dry season, a dry area. Therefore, the river does not have much water and does not carry much silt. When it is full of water and flowing with high speed, it will be carrying a lot of silt and soil and so on. But here, the speed is less because the area is very dry and also it is very cold. In India, it passes through a region of high rainfall. Here, the river carries a large volume of water and considerable amount of silt. So when it is entering into India, it changes. The climate is changed. From a cold region or from a dry region, it is changed into a wet region where there is large amount of rainfall, especially in Arunachal Pradesh and Assam. We receive a lot of rain. Therefore, this Brahmaputra becomes very strong and it is carrying a lot of water. And it also carrying a lot of silt. The Brahmaputra has a braided channel in its entire length in Assam and forms many riverine islands. So Brahmaputra, as it is passing through, it has got many braided channels. What is the meaning? Braided channel? Turn. So it turns here and there and flowing. Not going straight, but it turns. Braided means lot of turns are there. And it has got in its entire length and forms many riverine islands. As it is turning and flowing, many places lot of silt is accumulated there. Then as the years pass by, more and more silt and soil is accumulated there. Then the river is changing the course and turning in other direction. And that part becomes a highland. It's like an island. We see the Arabian Sea, we have islands. The Bay of Bengal, there is island for us, Andaman, Nicobar, Lakshadweep islands and so on. So they are surrounded by water. The same way, in the middle of the river, sometimes soil is accumulated, it becomes like an island. So in this river, along the Brahmaputra river, there are so much of islands are there. That is called riverine islands. Islands. That is islands formed by rivers. Then, do you remember the name of the world's largest riverine island formed by the Brahmaputra? So, the largest island that is formed in the river is in Brahmaputra, that is in Assam. Do you know the name of that island? First I was studying general knowledge and so. That is the largest riverine island in the world. That is Majuli Island. I hope you remember now. Majuli Island. People are settled there. So it's a big island and people are settled there. So when there is heavy flood, then their Majuli land goes under the water and people have to escape and so on. So this is, you can underline, the largest riverine island in the world. That is in Brahmaputra. Every year, during rainy season, the river overflows its banks. So every year we can hear the news and the newspapers how Brahmaputra is flooded and how the people in the neighboring areas is affected and so on, causing widespread devastation due to floods in Assam and Bangladesh. So every year during this rainy season, the river is overflowing and flooded. The people in Assam and also in Bangladesh, they are affected, their lives are affected, properties are lost and so on. Unlike other North Indian rivers, the Brahmaputra is marked by huge deposits of silt and its bed causing the river bed to rise. The river also shifts its channel frequently. So as the river is bringing more and more soil, what happens? It deposits sometimes in the middle of the river, and so river will change the course, it change another direction and flow. After some time that side will be filled with mud, then river will change this side. So every time it is changing because the mud is coming and settling, it will become higher and higher. And so when the water is low, it cannot overflow on top of the soil. So it will change the side and go in another direction. So that is the specialty of this Brahmaputra river. Since it is bringing large amount of silt, it deposits in the middle of the river or in the side of the river, and then river will change the course. River will take another direction and flow. So these are the three major rivers that we have come across, flowing from Himalayan mountains, and that's why they are known as Himalayan rivers. So Brahmaputra is the third one. I hope you are following it and understand. So try to learn these names, the places, the tributaries, and so on. They are very important. Underline and learn it nicely. Now let us see another type of rivers. That is peninsular rivers. Peninsular rivers. The main water divide in peninsular India is formed by the Western Ghats. So earlier when we are studying about physical features of India, we learned about Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. These are the two ranges of mountains that are found in peninsular region. So these rivers, they are main water divide in peninsular India is formed by Western Ghats, which runs from north to south close to the Western Ghats. So we studied about water divide. So what is making this river to turn is the water divide of the Western Ghats. So Western Ghats, the water will flow to one side and the rivers will flow to the other side. So these Western Ghats mountains are functioning as water divide. Most of the major rivers of the peninsula, such as Mahogany, the Godavari, the Krishna, and the Kaveri, flow eastwards and drain into Bay of Bengal. So most of the rivers in this peninsular plateau or most of these peninsular rivers, they are flowing towards east. And where do they reach? They reach in the Bay of Bengal. And these rivers make deltas at their mouths. So as these rivers are flowing and reaching into the ocean or in the sea, Bay of Bengal, towards the last part, that is where they are joining the sea, that part they will form delta. They will come and deposit lot of silt and make it the area little higher and higher. As the heavy flood comes, so more water comes, more silt will be brought and it will be deposited there, and that area will become higher and higher, and that forms a delta, and people go and cultivate there and so on. And there are numerous small streams flowing west of the Western Ghats. The Narmada and the Tapi are the only long rivers which flow west and make estuaries. What is estuaries? It is a riverside. And the drainage basins of the peninsular rivers are comparatively small in size. So this we said most of the rivers, like which are the rivers flowing westwards and eastwards. So eastwards rivers are Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri, they are flowing towards towards east. And what are the rivers flowing towards west? They are Narmada and Tapi. They are the only rivers flowing towards the west. And they make estuaries. What is meaning estuaries? It is a place where rivers merge. They are join with other main river and merge, and that place become estuaries. The drainage basins of the peninsular rivers are comparatively small in size. So the drainage basins, that means these rivers are not very big because they don't contain much water. So as the water is less, the drainage, the size of the river also will be less. If the more water means the area will be bigger and bigger. So these rivers are small in size because of they are flowing from peninsular region, which is a dry region, and therefore they don't have much water, and they are completely depending on rainwater. There is no melting of snow, and so they are only depending on monsoon rain. Therefore, the monsoon season they may have plenty of water, but once monsoon is over, the water level in the river comes down. Now let us see one by one the rivers. First, let us see about Narmada. So, the Narmada river. The Narmada rises in the Amarkanda hills in Madhya Pradesh. So, it is rising from Amarkanda hills in Madhya Pradesh. It starts flowing from Madhya Pradesh. It flows towards the west in a rift valley formed due to faulting. So, it is as there is a breaking of stones and other things as the river is flowing. So, it is flowing in a rift valley. Rift valley means the valley that is created by the river by breaking the soil and so on. And due to faulting, due to change of the soil. On its way to the sea, the Narmada creates many picturesque locations. So, as the river is flowing towards the sea, the Bay of Bengal, it is creating a lot of picturesque means morning the other day also we saw. It is very beautiful scenery because of the waterfall and so on. So, it is creating many beautiful locations. The marble rocks near Jabalpur, where Narmada flows through a deep gorge, and Dwarka Falls, where the river plunges over steep rocks, are some of the notable ones. We said there are beautiful sceneries are there, and two of them are mentioned here. One is the marble rocks. So as the river is flowing, underneath is very clear. It looks like marble. The rocks under the river. So it is flowing through a rocky region, and under the river, even the river water is very clear. We can look and see the bottom part is very clear. They look like marble. So that is called marble rocks, and that is near Jabalpur. And where the Narmada flows through a deep gorge. So it is flowing that place, very deep gorge, a deep cut. And Duthar Falls, then there is a waterfall called Duthar Falls. And where the river plunges over steep rocks. So we said the river is flowing in this region mostly over the rocks, and in this Duthar Falls the river is flowing down from top of the rock to down. Then it is creating a waterfall. So these two are very notable beautiful sceneries in the river Narmada. What is the first one? It is marble rock. It is called marble rock, where the river is flowing through a huge or deep gorge. And then second one is called a waterfall, Duthar Falls. Here the water is flowing from very high to deep place. There it becomes a very beautiful waterfall. And all the tributaries of Narmada are very short, and most of these join the main stream at right angles. So remember, we learned at the beginning of this lesson different type of patterns. So here in this Narmada river we will find patterns which are forming right angles. What is the name of the pattern that is forming right angles? It is trellis, is it not? It is the trellis drainage system. So that you will find in Narmada river. Then the Narmada basin covers parts of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. So This Narmada river is flowing through Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh, and there they are creating a lot of plain areas so that the farmers can cultivate there. They'll have good soil for cultivating the soil carried by this river and so on. So they are not carrying much, but at least during the rainy season they may be bringing some silts, some alluvial soil, and therefore they are creating a lot of plain area there for the farmers of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat to do the cultivation. Now we have come to the next river, that is Tapi Basin. Another river is Tapi. The Tapi rises in the Satpura ranges. So another one, it was rising in what Ghats? Western Ghats. Now we are specifically seeing this river is rising from what ranges? Ranges means mountain. What mountain? Satpura mountains. In the Bethul district of Madhya Pradesh. So this also is starting from Bethul district of Madhya Pradesh. So this river also is originating from Madhya Pradesh. And it also flows in a rift valley parallel to Narmada, but it is much shorter in length. So sometimes these two rivers are flowing in same line, parallel lines, but Tapi is very short. Compared to Narmada, Tapi river is very short. Then its basin covers parts of Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat and Maharashtra. So this one is also covering Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and Gujarat. So this one Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. And this one is going up to entering Maharashtra as well. Then the coastal plains between Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea are very narrow. So the sea between, or the area between the sea and the Western Ghats, they are very narrow. We have learned about coastal plains, that is called coastal plain. The area between the Western Ghats and the sea. So that little plain area, that is called coastal plains. So that is very narrow. And hence the coastal rivers are short. Since it is very short area, the river will be starting from the mountain and it will be reaching to the sea. Since this coastal plain is very narrow, the river cannot flow for a long time. After flowing for some time, it is already reaching the sea because there is no much place for flowing. So it reaches the sea and therefore it is very narrow, very short. The main west flowing rivers are Sabarmati, Mahi, Bharatapura and Peria. So most of the rivers that are flowing towards the west, what are their names? Sabarmati, Mahi, Bharatapura and Peria. These are the names of the rivers that are flowing towards the west. Find out the states in which these rivers drain and water. So you can look in your map and see. You will find here your India rivers map, and there you will find a lot of all these rivers are there, and try to find out which are the states it is passing through. Next one is Godavari Basin. Godavari Basin or Godavari River. The Godavari is the largest peninsular river. You can underline that. So among the peninsular rivers, Godavari is the largest or longest. It rises from the slopes of the Western Ghats. So this also is starting from Western Ghats, and it is starting in the Nasik district of Maharashtra. It is starting from Maharashtra. And its length is about 1500 kilometers. So the length of this Godavari river is 1500 kilometers. It drains into Bay of Bengal. So finally it will reach to Bay of Bengal. Its drainage basin is also the largest among the peninsular rivers. So the basin that it creates, the basin of the river that is the largest among the peninsular rivers. The basin covers parts of Maharashtra. About 50% of the basin areas lies in Maharashtra. So this river, most of the area of this Godavari, it is flowing through Maharashtra. Then Madhya Pradesh, Orissa and Andhra Pradesh. The Godavari is joined by a number of tributaries such as Purna, Wardha, the Panhida and the Majra, the Vaiganga and the Penganga. So it has got so many tributaries, so many small rivers come and join to it. What are they called? They are called Purna, Wardha, Pranhida, Manchra, and the Vaiganga and Penganga. These are the tributaries of this Godavari river. The last three tributaries are very large. So among these, the tributaries we said, the last three. What are the last three? The Manchra, the Vaiganga and the Penganga. These three are quite large. And because of its length and the area it covers, it is also known as the Dakshin Ganga. So, because this Godavari is a little bit long comparing to all the other peninsular rivers, Godavari is the longest. So, because of that, it is also known as Dakshin Ganga. What is meaning Dakshin Ganga? So, we have another Ganga here in the Himalayan rivers. That is the biggest one. So this among the peninsular rivers, this is the longest. Therefore, comparing to the Ganga that is in the Himalayan river, it is also called Dakshin Ganga. That means South Ganga. So because it is flowing in the south side, therefore it is known as Dakshin Ganga or South Ganga. You can underline that. Why Godavari is known as Dakshin Ganga? What is the reason? Because of its length. Because of its length and the area it is covering, Godavari is known as Dakshin Ganga. Understood? So, a big river Godavari and Ganga is there. So here this is the biggest one. Therefore, people like to call it by another name, Ganga, Dakshin Ganga. Then another one is Mahogany. Mahogany. The Mahogany rises in the highlands of Chhattisgarh. So it is starting from Chhattisgarh. So Mahogany river originating from Chhattisgarh state, and it flows through Orissa to reach the Bay of Bengal. Then it will go through Orissa and it will reach Bay of Bengal. The length of the river is about 860 kilometers. So it is not very long compared to other rivers. It is less than 1000 kilometers. Only 860 kilometers are there. And its drainage basin is shared by Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Orissa. So which are the states it is going through? It is going through Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Orissa. So these are the states getting benefit from Mahogany, getting water or Mahogany is flowing through these four states: Maharashtra, Orissa, Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand. Then another river is Krishna. Krishna river. So rising from the spring near Mahabaleshwar, the Krishna flows for about 1400 kilometers and reaches the Bay of Bengal. So this Krishna river is longer than Mahogany. Mahogany is only 860. This one is 1400 kilometers, and finally it will reach Bay of Bengal. The Tungabhadra, the Koyana and the Godprabha, the Musi and the Bhima are some of its tributaries. So some of the tributaries that are joined to this river, what are they? They are the Tungabhadra, the Koyana, the Godprabha, the Musi, the Bhima, and all these are the tributaries. Then its drainage basin is shared by Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. So this river Krishna is mainly flowing through the southern states. What are they? Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. These are the three states getting the benefit from Krishna river. River is flowing through these. So there is one more river is there called Kaveri, and we shall take that river also and wind up this today's class. Okay. So next one is Kaveri. Kaveri river basin. So the Kaveri rises in Brahmaputra range of the western Ghats, and it reaches the Bay of Bengal in south of Kudalur in Tamil Nadu. So this river is starting from western Ghats and it will reach the Bay of Bengal near Tamil Nadu, the place called Kudalur. Total length of the river is 760 kilometers, so it is quite small again. Its main tributaries are Amravati, Bhavani, Hemavati and Kabini. Its basin drains parts of Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. So the river is passing through three states, Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu, the Kaveri. So very often between these three states there is a lot of quarrel to demanding for more water. Karnataka will say we want more water, Tamil Nadu will say we want more water, Kerala will say we want more water. So these three states very often there is fight to get more water from these rivers. So the river Kaveri makes the second biggest waterfall in India. It is known as Shiva Samudram. The fall supplies hydroelectric power to Mysore, Bangalore and Kolar goldfield. So one of the important things that you can underline about this Kaveri river is it is creating one of the biggest waterfalls. What is it known as? It is known as Shiva Samudram. And from this waterfall they are able to produce electricity, and that electricity is used for mainly in the Mysore area, in the Bangalore area and in the Kolar minefield. We said in Bangalore there is, or in Karnataka there is Kolar minefield from where gold is mined. So there also they need a lot of electricity. It is produced from this waterfall. So without making a dam they are able to get a waterfall from this river, and from there they produce electricity. Then besides these major rivers, there are some smaller rivers flowing towards the east. The Damodar, the Brahmani and the Baitani and the Suban Rekha are some of the notable examples. So apart from these bigger major rivers, there are also some small rivers flowing towards which side? Flowing towards the east. And they are Damodar river, the Brahmani, the Baitrani and the Suban Rekha. These are some of the small rivers. So just remember their names enough. So just for little general knowledge, 71% of the world's surface is covered with water, but 97% that is salt water, and other 3% that is available as fresh water. 3/4 of it is trapped as ice. So that is about the size of the water situated in different forms. Some are clean water, some are salt water, some are in the form of ice and so. So these are the little knowledge that we have about the rivers in India. So I hope you listen nicely. So try to read again from your textbooks and try to thoroughly understand all these names of the rivers and try to learn all the important names, everything. So in the next class we will learn about the lakes. We shall see how many lakes we have in India and what are their sizes and so on. So we'll meet in the next class. Thank you for listening. Bye.